Hello, students. Now you're getting into the History and Evolution of Engineering and Technology unit. Fair warning, this is a long unit. There's a lot of detail in there. The assignments, there's only 4 assignments, but there's a considerable amount of detail and thought that goes into this. So you're looking at history and evolution. So you social studies buffs are going to like this. Those of you who like technology and how things are made are going to like this. If those of you who like cause and effect, you're going to like this too. So if you take a look at this, this has to do with human progress through time, and that's this graph, and then the innovations created in each. And you think about what makes a technological innovation something extremely significant or notable. And of course that has to do with the usefulness it is to society. Because the smartphone, the Apple phone, changed the world in many ways. It changed the way that we communicate with each other. Here's some discussion on that and some reading. The topics you're going to look at, first of all, is a timeline on innovations and periods of time and what was happening then. Then you're going to look at key individuals and innovators who made a difference. Then we're getting into specifically the information age, which is where we are. So it's dedicated as its own separate unit. And then the influence of government and politics on technologies that are developed, and also how technologies have affect government and politics. It goes both ways. Whenever we're looking at the timeline of technology, the exact time that a technological solution was created is not really exactly known, but what we do know is whenever evidence of it was found, but also why it was important to that society at that particular point in time. What kind of skills were required to create it or to use it? What kind of knowledge do people have to be able to do the same, to create it or to use it? And of course the government and politics, and how did they drive things? And also the linkage from what we knew before, use that to do something different and better in the future. This is the first assignment that you have, and it is an assignment, but it's a research assignment, so it's going to take a little bit of time for you to do. And what I'm telling you to do is find an innovation from one of these sets of periods: modern history in the industrial, or contemporary history in the space age. Okay, one or the other. And then you're going to answer these questions. Just put it in a Word document, just copy and paste the questions, and your answers should be original. If you are actually taking a quote of something, of course, quote it, and make sure you cite your in-text citation for quotes. And then, of course, make references at the end. So this document is pretty straightforward in what you need to do. The focus of this micro lesson is the people behind the technologies. Those who may not have been the first to do it, but those who marketed it very well, like Thomas Edison, those who saw that this technology was a great solution for a particular application, and also those who actually created the technology themselves, because Thomas Edison also did do some of his own technological development, but he was really the first brain shop of technology. But so take a look through this. It's some pretty interesting stuff as you look through the time, and once again these are listed through different time periods of what these different people contributed, what was happening in society at that point in time, what problems they were trying to solve. The information age. This is a slightly different aspect of engineering and problem solving. Yes, it does require certain technologies to make these things happen, but the key thing here is that what was on it. And this is whenever we really started looking at the data and the value of the data and the value of the information itself versus the particular widget. So you have the ENIAC computer here, I believe. Oh, no, that's a Mark 1. But you'll find quite a bit of information about computing and the information age and how you got to where you are today with technology and information. The Technology Before I Was Born project does require some planning and preparation before you actually do it, because basically you're going to be interviewing your grandparents or your parents or someone somewhat older than you to discuss a technology that was very important to them in their time frame. And of course, you're looking at it now from what that technology was, so it helps there. So what you need to do is going to be a recording, of course. You're going to do an interview with a recording. You need to transcribe it and make a little mini poster. A mini poster is nothing more than 1 page of PowerPoint or Word. And these are the things that it should include. Let's see, just a very short interview, probably about 3 minutes. You can pick one of these or classics. Whenever you get into this unit, you'll look at a little bit of history, but all of this pertains to you. The Moral Land Grant, that was one of the probably oldest ones that we picked up, and that has to do with education and training of engineers, ag engineers, civil engineers, and others. And this developed the training in America. Obviously, the Manhattan Project, the space race, and the information superhighway are covered in this unit. And then, of course, there is the quiz at the end. Like I said, it's a long unit. There's a lot of detail in here, so I would suggest reviewing before you take the quiz. There is only 13 questions, but yet the quiz bank is far larger than that. So please review. And if you have any questions on any of the content or any of the assignments, please let me know. Thank you. Bye-bye.